Welcome to Crime Maze. In this video we are going to talk about 5 murders in Pennsylvania. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Crime Maze for future updates. Number 5, the Babes in the Wood murders is a nickname given to a child murder case, in which the bodies of 3 young girls were discovered in a Pennsylvania wooded area. The remains of Norma Sedgwick, 12, Troila Noakes, 10, and Cordelia Noakes, 8, were discovered under a blanket in the woods along Pennsylvania Route 233, Centerville Road, on November 24, 1934, by John Clark and Clark Jardine. Elmo Noakes, apparently, had suffocated them, father of Troila and Cordelia, and stepfather of Norma. Elmo shot and killed his 18-year-old niece Winifred Pierce the next day, then murdered himself with a .22 rifle the next day. Thousands of people attended the 3 girls' funeral rituals. Pallbearers included Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and prayers were given by local religious leaders. Noakes and Pierce were buried with the 3 girls in the same cemetery. The American Legion paid full military honors to Noakes for his military service, which took place around 100 feet from his daughter's graves. Number 4, the child in the box is the term given to an unidentified murder victim, a 4 to 6-year-old boy, whose naked, bruised body was discovered in a bassinet box on February 25, 1957, in the Fox Chase neighborhood of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's also known as America's Forgotten Child. His name has never been revealed, and the investigation is still ongoing. The boy's body, wrapped in a plaid blanket, was discovered in the woods off Susquehanna Road in Fox Chase, Philadelphia, in February 1957. The naked body was found inside a cardboard box that had formerly housed a J.C. Penney bassinet. As clumps of hair adhered to the body, the boy's hair had been recently trimmed, possibly after death. Surgical scars on the foot and groin, as well as an L-shaped scar beneath the chin, indicated acute malnutrition. N. John Stachowiak, a young man monitoring his muskrat traps, was the first to uncover the body. He did not report what he had discovered, because he was afraid the authorities would seize his traps. Frank Guthrum, a college student, noticed a rabbit fleeing into the underbrush a few days later. He stopped his car to check, because he knew there were animal traps in the area, and spotted the body. Guthrum, like Stachowiak, was hesitant to inform the authorities, but after learning of Mary Jane Barker's abduction, he did report what he had discovered the next day. Number 3, the Collier Township shooting, also known as the LA Fitness shooting, was a mass shooting and murder-suicide that occurred in a LA Fitness health club in Collier Township, Pennsylvania, on August 4, 2009. 4 people were killed in the attack, including the culprit, who committed suicide. A total of 9 other people were hurt. The fitness club is located in the Great Southern Shopping Center, a strip mall in the Kerwin Heights portion of Collier Township, about 10 miles (16 kilometers) south of Pittsburgh. On August 6, 2009, a vigil in remembrance of the shooting victims was held at the Pittsburgh City County Building in downtown Pittsburgh, attended by roughly 75 individuals, including friends, women's rights advocates, clergy members, and local authorities. Some feminist groups blamed misogyny and toxic masculinity as a contributing element in the aftermath. The incel movement has been talking about George Sedini a lot lately. Number 2, Jennifer Lee Daugherty, November 8, 1979 – February 11, 2010, was an American woman who was tortured and murdered as a form of retaliation in Greensburg, Pennsylvania in February 2010. Daugherty was tortured and murdered before being wrapped in Christmas ornaments, stuffed into a garbage can, and left in the Greensburg-Salem Middle School parking lot. In January 2010, Amber Meidinger met Melvin Knight at a homeless shelter in Washington. They lived in a few different places, until landing in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, where they met Jennifer Daugherty. After meeting in jail, Knight reconnected with Ricky Smyrns. "Mom, I hope you have a good day at work, and I love you very much," Daugherty said in a note to her mother. "Jennifer, with love." According to his testimony, on the first day of the beatings, Masters assisted Daugherty in retrieving her clothes, which Knight and Smyrns had stripped from her and thrown out a window. Knight and Smyrns returned to the apartment at 428 North Pennsylvania Avenue before Daugherty could get dressed and leave. As a result, the group decided to put her to death. Miller came up with the idea of tying her up with Christmas lights. They made her write a phony suicide note before stabbing her to death. Knight was stabbed in the chest and throat by Smyrns, who had given her a steak knife. Her body was dumped in the parking area of Greensburg-Salem Middle School in a garbage container. Marinucci claimed that Knight and Meidinger had drugged her before to stabbing her. Number 1. Troila Ferrara, a Port Trevorton, Pennsylvania man, was assassinated on November 11, 2013. In September 2014, Miranda Barber and her husband, Elita Barber, were found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. The murder is remarkable because one of the perpetrators, Miranda Barber, made an unproven claim that she had murdered at least 22 other individuals, resulting in widespread media attention of the case. Elita Barber attended Triton High School and graduated in 2010. Miranda Barber said she was assaulted by a relative when she was 4 years old in an interview with the Sunbury Daily Item. Miranda's uncle was charged with sexual assault of a youngster and sentenced to 19 years in prison, according to Barber's mother. Barber claimed she joined a satanic cult when she was 13 and committed her first murder soon after, when the cult leader forced her to shoot a guy who owed them money. Between 2008 and 2013, she claimed to be responsible for the deaths of at least 22 people. This accusation drew national attention and prompted the FBI and other law enforcement agencies to investigate it. Miranda's assertions were met with skepticism by a Northumberland County District Attorney, who said, "We have been in contact with other law enforcement agencies where she has lived, and haven't gotten any information supporting what she said." According to a statement published by the Alaska State Troopers, there is no indication that Barber committed any killings while in Alaska. On October 22, 2013, while living in Dunn, North Carolina, he married Miranda, née Dean. Both were condemned to life in prison without the possibility of release on September 18, 2014. What do you think about this video? Which of the following top 5 murders in Pennsylvania you find most shocking? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you like such videos, subscribe our YouTube channel before you go.